morning, everyone. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and today I am super excited because I get to talk about my favorite type of data structure, which is linked lists. Okay, so the first time that I encountered them, I was a little bit apprehensive about them because they had all of these pointers, and as if you remember in my pointer video, I was a little bit I didn't have a good grasp on pointers, and so when I started getting into linked lists, I got a little bit confused. I didn't like all the pointer stuff, but then once I understood what linked lists actually were, I started to think that they were kind of fun. So now I like them, and I hope by the end of this video I will be able to let you understand them a little bit more and enjoy them as well. So the goal for this video is, I hope by the end of this that you will be able to at least understand what a linked list is, why you might use them, and kind of get a general idea of linked lists. Then the next video, I'm going to be talking more about how to actually build them and then how to manipulate your data and stuff like that. All right, so for this video, just talking about like what a linked list is and get a general idea and intuitive understanding of them. All right, cool. So the way that you can think about a linked list is kind of like a subway system, okay? So a subway system has some station, okay? And then this station has an attraction at the station, and then it also has a train that you can get on to the next station, okay? So I've drawn out this kind of subway station right here, and you start right there, and then you can go down. So you take the train and you get to the next station. And now at this station, we have Oregon State University. So if you want to go and visit Oregon State University, you can start here and you go down the list, or you get on the train and go down to the first station, and you check the data right here, you check the attraction, and you say, hey, Oregon State University, that's what I'm interested in, that's what I want. Okay, then you can go to Oregon State. There, it's at this node, or at this station, okay? Then, if you see Oregon State University and you're like, no, I'm looking for Disney World. All right, well, or Disneyland, let's say. Well, I'm looking for Disneyland. So you're at Oregon State. You can't just, boom, directly go to Disneyland, right? Because when you're at the subway, when you get on the train, you don't just get to choose where you're going. You kind of have to go to the next station, right? And then if that station isn't what you're looking for, well, then you have to go to the next one, see if that's what you're looking for. Same thing with linked lists, okay? So we're at Oregon State University, we get on the train, and we head to Disney World. And you say, that's Disney World. I'm hoping for Disneyland, right? Okay, well, you just get on the train again and go to Disneyland, and you look at the attraction and you say, yep, that's what I'm looking for. Well, then you can get off the station. So now let's go back to the linked list. Okay, so it's very similar. You're going to have this general structure, but in the case of the actual data, so Oregon State, Disney World, Disneyland, NYU, etc., the actual data is going to be what you're storing, right? That's why it's called a data structure. You're storing data, and kind of the point is you want a method by which you are able to access that data. So what you're going to do is you're going to store your data in this kind of structure, okay? And then when you want to access the data, you're going to start at a starting point, and you're going to come down and you're going to check the first, and instead of a subway station, instead of a station, it's called a node. So you're going to check the first node and see if that data matches what you are wanting to search for. If it's not, okay, you go to the next one, you look and you say, is this what I'm interested in? If not, go to the next one, and then you can go all the way, and if you hit the end, you can say, well, I still haven't found what I'm looking for, therefore it's not in my linked list data structure. Okay, so now let's just, up here I wrote the basic idea of what a station or a node actually is. So and this is for the C/C++ syntax, but the general idea carries over to many different languages, okay? So here it is. We have a struct, it's a struct, and we called it node. Okay, so that's a station, and a struct can contain many different elements in it, right? So we have some object, not a computer programming object, but a structure, right? Okay, we have a struct, and in the struct we have the data, and I also put this name here, right there, or a string variable called name, and that is just like, I guess if you are traversing this list and you just want to check the name, is the name equal to what you're actually looking for, right? So these two are going to be specific to what you actually want to store. If you want to store whatever it is, you just change these two variables up here to what you're trying to store. Okay, so that's that. And now the question is, how do we actually get that train, right? How do we get, so I have this node here, and I have the data, Oregon State University, okay? Well, how do I connect it to Disney World? How do you do that? Okay, so I did struct node pointer next. And now, in my video where I talked about pointers, I mentioned this asterisk right here, when it is in the context of a declaration, this asterisk is not the dereference operator, okay? This asterisk means that this variable is a pointer variable, okay? So when you see this asterisk in the context of a declaration, it just means that this is a pointer. So here is the name of the variable. It is a pointer variable, and it points to a struct node. Notice right here. Okay, so how does that actually help us? Well, what we can do, so this is one node right here, okay? And at this node, at this Oregon State University node, what we want to do is we want to connect it to Disney World. So we are going to, Disney World is a struct node. All of these are struct nodes. All of these are stations, right? So the Oregon State University, the next pointer, this train, is going to have the memory address of this Disney World. And if we have the memory address, we can just take a little ride down to Disney World. Then Disney World is also going to have a pointer, and it is going to store the address of Disneyland. So from Disney World, we can just get on the Disney World train, and that train is going to take us down to Disneyland. Okay? Then you can just go down the list until you hit the end. So that is the basic idea of how a linked list works. It is a data structure, so you have to build this, and you can take this and you can add more nodes to it. You can make this as long as you want, and it is just a way to store and then access data. So you first create the list, okay? That's when you're storing data into the list, okay? Now, you have your data, you want to store it, you use a linked list, you store it. Well, then you kind of want to access it, right? Well, here it is, right here. You can just go down and check if each node is what you actually want. If it is, great, use it. Or do whatever you want to do with it, right? If it's not, okay, go to the next one. See if that's the one that you want. So that's how a linked list works. And in the next video, we are going to be discussing about how to actually build this linked list. How do you add a node? How do you, let's say you don't want Disney World in your linked list anymore. Well, Okay, now we need to connect Oregon State University directly to Disneyland. Well, how do you do that? So we'll go through it and talk about that in the next video. Hope to see you guys there, and hope that you guys enjoyed this one, and have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.